Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Little sweet Amelie gets fairy dust. Pete Walker gets fairy dust. And it's time for another episode of, Complex PTSD. We're on Pete Walker, page 22. And we are talking about the key developmental arrests in CPTSD. And again, to remind you what that means is, it is things that are normal, things that we should have, like healthy development, healthy physical development is our limbs can move, our head can turn, our eyes can blink, and they can see. And then it just keeps developing, and it just keeps getting better. I mean, that's not really a great analogy, but just things keep developing. Our brain develops. That's actually a better example. Our brain develops as we grow older. Some of the frustrating things when you're a teenager is that the brain is trying to continue to develop, and it causes a lot of crazy shit to happen. All normal. So these are things that our birthrights. These are our birthrights that we're supposed to be able to do. But when we confront a world that traumatizes us, we have to learn to cope with this particular world, this particular ecosystem. And so one of the ways that we do that is let's not use that, is we kill the normal development so we can develop other skills like surviving, like fawning, like fighting, like freezing, dissociating, checking out, and then flighting. See ya. Fleeing. So we develop those, and those become really good. And we develop our survival skills, and we develop, ways of seeing and predicting and figuring out what's going to happen next. And so we develop all of those things. But what gets left behind is our normal development. And so part of our healing, as we heal from CPTSD, is to two things: set aside the dysfunctional developments, which is fucking hard, we don't want to, and then start to grow our true development. And so in the previous 2 or 3 videos were the other key arrests, but today I'm going to talk about believing that life is a gift. I was curious about this. I was like, what do you mean? Because it almost sounds a little like cheesy, and I can't. But if you think about it, I'll tell you about me, like on the 24 strengths, character strengths. So positive psychology researchers developed 24 different character strengths that we all have. I have them, you have them, we all have the same. What's different is they're in different orders. And one of my low ones was zest for life. I'm like, what the fuck is zest for life? Why? I want that shit. Give me some zest for life. I need that, because for me, life is not that easy. Life is something to endure. Life is something to get through. Life is something to, that's a pain in my ass and that I don't want to participate in. And so, yeah, so that's what this means to me, a zest for life. That, maybe it's the word gift that's a little annoying to me, but it still doesn't diminish the fact that we, in a healthy person, has a healthy relationship with life. That got destroyed. Okay, hold on. The words are too strong, because what's very, very, very important to understand, I'm going to move you. What's very, very, very important to understand is that this shit did not get destroyed. It feels like it got destroyed. It feels absent. It feels, where the fuck is this? Like, I don't have this. What is she talking about? I'm the brokenest little bitch you ever wanted to meet. I thought that this shit was destroyed. But then there was still a part of me that, like, maybe something was still there inside of me. So this zest for life, or this healthy relationship with life, we start to grow it. So for me, some of my existential dread, some of my existential, like, what the fuck is this all for? I don't like this. What's the point of this shit anyway? All of that lives inside me, that developed and developed and developed over the years. And you can see just a quick little glance at how did that serve me. Well, if I'm constantly, grumbling about how hard life is and how frustrating it is and how it's awful and there's no point to it, that's a lot easier than solving my fucking problems. So so oddly enough, existential dread is a way that we tried to solve our problem. And it was also our experience. It's like, this is shit. This is shit. This life is shit. I hate this shit. Please, if you're wanting to hurt yourself, immediately call 911. Call the suicide hotline. When I'm saying, like, I don't want to be here anymore, or like things like that, I'm not actually talking about suicidal thoughts. I'm definitely not. But if you have them, you must. To me, suicidal thoughts are a product of childhood trauma. And so you have them because you have childhood trauma. So there's hope. You can heal your childhood trauma. But in the meantime, get thee to a hospital ASAP. Get thee to a psychiatrist ASAP. Get thee to a psychologist, social worker, counselor ASAP. ASAP. Like, call 911. Call the suicide hotline. Okay, and all you got to do is put suicide in Google, and there's the number for you. I'll put the number in the thing too. I should memorize that probably. So what we are trying to develop is, so maybe that's for me, like, life is a gift. Like, it almost feels like, to me, it felt, because I've been told this, my whole life, like, what do you have to be sad about? What do you have to be sad about? Life is a gift. So it feels a little like that. So for me, I change it to zest for life, because that's a character strength and I can live with that and I fucking want it. And number two, I want to develop a healthy relationship for life. Okay. Self-esteem. What's that? What's that? Remember, so let's talk about self-esteem and self-confidence. Those are two different things he lists. You got any more? No. Self-esteem and self-confidence. So let's just do the, I guess this is supposed to look like that. Okay. Let's do the math on this. One of the things that, very important thing, that CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress syndrome, destroys is a sense of self. That, bye-bye. We don't have time for a sense of self. We don't have time to who we are, what do we like, what are we into, what are our passions, what are our Like, there's no time for that. It's about survival. It's about fawning. It's about, lying to protect our family. It's about enabling. It's about, hustling for the A's so you can bring honor to your family. It's about, being a scapegoat and getting in trouble so you can serve the role of letting the family, because the family needs something to brag about and the family needs something to complain about and to blame. They need somebody to blame in the family. So if you're a scapegoat, Google identified patient, go for it. Like, the lost child, like, that person just needs to have no needs and to be invisible. And then the mascot's busy entertaining and being funny and trying to break the tension in the house. And so that's what we're doing. Instead of developing a self, our self becomes the hero. Our self becomes the scapegoat. Our self becomes the lost child. Our self becomes the mascot or clown, as it used to be called. A lost child also was loner. Okay, so there is no self. If I had not learned about childhood trauma, I would have been chasing a ghost to find this self-esteem and self-confidence, never understanding that before I got the esteem and before I got the confidence, I needed the fucking self. Because when I did something great, oh, you got an A on the test, bitch, I got so many A's, and I somehow still felt like shit because I would get the A or get praise from a teacher, and it would be like, okay, I got the A, and really when I got the A, and oh, the anxiety. So I was a hero, so get the A, and thank God, because you're afraid if you don't get the A, the shit's not gonna go well for you. But what happens after that? I get the A, and then it immediately falls away because I have no self for it to stick to. Elizabeth, you're so amazing and great. Thank you. Oops. And also my thank you is very, very this. Thank you. Let me please you with my thank you. The thing that you just told me, the compliment you just gave me, let's make it about you. I'm gonna make it about you and make you feel so good that you complimented me. That means so much to me. Thank you. But the compliment, the actual acknowledgement of namaste, Elizabeth, I see you. Elizabeth, I honor you. Elizabeth, I see your talent. Elizabeth, I see your magic. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Boom. There's nothing for it to stick to. So the first thing we have to do before we try to gain our self-esteem and self-confidence, and please, again, take what you need and leave the rest for me. Like, don't listen to anything I say if it doesn't resonate. Poof, goodbye, delete, unfollow, because there's a better path for you. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that it means that this isn't for you, that your path is still there, so go follow that thread. If you need to go get your self-esteem, if you need to go get your self-confidence, if you need to go take those classes and read those books, I certainly did, do that. But from my experience, what's actually more helpful is to begin to claim and grow and understand my sense of self. Who am I? What do I like? And I mean as simple as I like, what pen do I love the most? I love a fine point Sharpie. This, I know it seems silly, but this is the way we have to do it. And I know you, if you're here, you also understand the magic of office supplies. I'm a person who likes a fine point Sharpie. I especially like them when they're new. This is me. I'm a fine point Sharpie bitch. Okay. I'm a fawn. I know that about myself. It resonates with me. So I understand I have the proclivity to people please versus actually interact. That is me. What am I gonna do about it? I'm going to heal it. I'm a headband bitch. I like headbands. I'm going to wear headbands. I like bows. Most of my headbands are bows, but in a pinch, I'll take a flower. I just like that extra something in my clothes. I just like that extra something because it makes me happy. I smile. I like shiny things. Yes, we're gonna do another fawn. I like shiny things. I like sparkle. I like glitter. I like fairy dust. I collect wands. That's me. I do that. I love books. Oh God, do I love a book. I love them. I love books. I love self-help books. I love self-help books. Self-help. They helped me gain myself. I love them so. Oh, let's hug Melly Beatty too. Thank you, Melly. I love authors. I love Moleskine. journals. I love this fucking shit. And do you know why these are the best ones for me? They're the sketchbooks. I'm not a regular Moleskine journal bitch. No. Why? Because I'm a fine point Sharpie bitch. And guess what? The sketchbook, it doesn't bleed onto the next page. I'm a sketchbook bitch. I rarely sketch in my sketchbook, but I do use a fine point. This is me. One of the things that I did was like in the back of my Moleskine, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me because I would really love to know how it's pronounced. In the back, I would list, every time I started a new one, I would just list the shit I like. And even though it seems so ridiculous, so lame, it was a thread for me to follow to get myself back. So I hope you find this helpful. I love that we're growing our little selves together. I'm so interested in yourself, what you find, what you like, your music, that's you. You know, the shows that you like, that's part of your identity. Yeah, so I love you. I love you so much. We're going to get our little selves back. We're going to relinquish some of the toxic and dysfunctional behavior that we had, and then we're going to grow and develop our sense of self, and then we can get then the magic of the esteem, the confidence, the self-growth. That's all great. I love you. I hope you found that helpful. Bye-bye.